You may be wondering why am I holding my Boeing 747-400 in my hand. So today's aviation topic is about the 747 sum. Hello everyone, welcome to another interesting video. So in today's video we're going to discuss how was the Boeing 747's majestic iconic hump was born. So I feel like touching this hump and going over it and feeling my hand over just that curved structure every time. So now let's keep the aircraft aside and let's focus on the story. And by the way, I've reintroduced Concorde just for this video, so I'm gonna show him now. So you may be wondering why did the Concorde come in the 747 story. Let's get into that later. But now coming to the story. So this was in the 1960s, early 1960s, and the jet age was booming, and many airlines legged the jet age revolution like Pan Am, British Airways, Air France. You can take a number of airlines like United Airlines, American Airlines. You can take tons of them, which led the jet age revolution. So now coming to our story. Our story is in the early 1960s, as I've told you, and this comes down to two major players in the market at that time, Boeing and Pan Am. Yeah, Pan Am was the launch customer of the 747, and now let's get into the story. In the 1960s, the jet age was booming and the passengers wanted to travel. They would travel for business and pleasure. Well, at that time, one such airline in USA led this revolution. It was Pan Am or Pan American World Airways. So its CEO and founder, Juan Trippe, wanted an aircraft twice the size of the Boeing 707. Keep this in mind, it will come later. Okay. Now, he wanted an aircraft twice the size of the 707 to meet with the demand of the growing travelers. Now, there was a problem. If he wanted an aircraft twice the size of the 707, it means it would have more range than the Boeing 707, which was the largest jet at that time. Although there were many other aircraft like the DC-8 and everything, it would just not match the 707. So now coming to the manufacturer Boeing. So one trip went to Boeing and he signed a deal with Boeing CEO at that time, William or Will Allen, and he told we need an aircraft twice the size of the 747 which can carry 350 passengers, and it would have a range of 5000 nautical miles. Okay, now this came as a shock to Boeing because the largest aircraft they had worked on was the 707 and they needed to build an aircraft twice its size. Okay, now let's go into the story. So they signed a deal for 25 passenger 747s and the 747 program was officially born. Welcome to the World 747 program, you can say it like that. Okay, now back to our story. So when Boeing was building the aircraft, it thought of the future of the jet age, which many people thought, including Boeing, would be supersonic, but that ended up turning into total failure. I'm gonna not go too much into the discussion, and this is where another player aircraft comes into the market, Concorde. Well, this aircraft was in its early developmental stages, and this was seen as a major competitor to the 747 because this aircraft was not only supersonic but also had the iconicness or the gracefulness, you can say, which passengers would love. Why? Which passenger would not love to fly in an aircraft like this? Even I would love to fly in an aircraft like this. Now, so this is where the Concorde came as a major player to the 747, and so they thought if the future is going to be supersonic and when no one buys the 747, we do not want this program to be a failure. of just selling 25747. So they decided on a final number, so they would sell just 5747, that would be passengers aircraft. So now let's get into the hump story, and this is where the model comes into play. Okay, so this is where the model comes into play, as I've told you earlier. So when the Pan Am, like the presidents and the CEO told the the aircraft manufacturer Boeing they wanted a bigger aircraft, as I'm told you, keep that in mind, twice the size of the 707. So they thought of this idea of the 747, and the hump was born when the like one of the engineers at Boeing proposed the idea of making the jumbo jet's future as a freighter, and then Boeing's chief engineer, whose name was Joe Sutter, gathered around with his team of engineers and told them they wanted a nose cargo door type which would open upward. So and he asked his fellow assistant engineers, so what can we do with this problem? We also want the cockpit and the nose cargo door. Does anyone have a solution to this? And one of them told, why not raise the cockpit upward, so in that way you can have a nose cargo door and also have a cockpit. But there came the problem. If you raise the cockpit above, you need to have a separate area. So that is when they made a small area of the top and made it into a curve shape. And if you ask me which hump do I like, the original 747 hump or the 747 extended hump, I would gladly say the original 747 hump. I'm gonna tell you later about this. So this is how the 747's iconic hump was born. So let's keep the model aside and let's go into the story of why I love the original hump of the 747. The original hump is just curved slightly like this, so which is a great thing to the aircraft. And did you know previous 747s like the 747 100 and 200 only had 3 windows on each side of the upper deck, and that legacy of the 3 windows on each side is carried to the 747-8 freighter. So it came in the 747 100, 200, 300, 400 and the Dash 8 freighter. All these aircrafts would carry the iconic legacy of the original 747 and its 3 window hump design. And now coming to our story, and when the Pan Am's founder Van Tripp asked, what is this hump area used for, one of the like the one of the main people of Pan Am and Boeing said this could work as a crew rest area, or you could store more baggages here. And that was when Van Tripp had a bright idea. We are not gonna use it to store any cargo or not make it a crew rest area. This is going to be a luxurious retreat for our passengers. So this is how the iconic 747's hump suite, or you can call it luxurious private upper deck, was born. So I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment, and have a nice day as always.